There we go. There we go. So I do want us to just go around and we'll talk about these and I'll add things in as we go, if you don't remember certain things. But I would like to hope and pray that you do remember some of it, because we have talked about most of it. Okay. Article 1 is gonna deal with, I bet you can guess, Article 1 of the Constitution.
The preamble.
No, it deals with Congress. It deals with,
Wow, I was listening to that.
the main content focus of Article 1 is the legislative branch.
You just said Congress.
Well, that's the same thing. The legislative branch is Congress.
I'd love for the Lord to come back there.
I'm sure he's timing it just for you, Zach. Okay. Shoot, what did I do with that other?
She done lost it.
No, I've got it right here. I'm just filling out more than I need to. Okay, in a single sentence, describe the main function of the legislative department. Just take a minute and everybody write a single sentence down. What does the legislative, what does Congress do?
Create and pass laws.
All
I'm
right.
making sure I'm right.
The legislative branch makes the laws. You can write that down,
Is that it?
basically. That's the main thing. That's one of the reasons why I think we need to pay attention to what all the branches are doing all the time. The chief executive, the judicial branch, because some of them they've really expanded beyond what the constitutional function says that they have the right to do. What the Constitution says they have the right to do. And I just wonder, at what point are we supposed to say, wait a minute, now you guys are abusing your power? And they all do it, Democrats and Republicans both, I'm not picking on any one party. It seems like the more time goes by, that each branch forgets what the Constitution says that it's their responsibility to do, and they want to delve into other responsibilities. Okay, so the third one, the lawmaking branch of our government consists of two houses or chambers, and what are they?
House and Senate.
Okay, make sure you put House of Representatives.
I put delegates on.
Well, House of Delegates is West Virginia's legislature.
Oh, word.
That's why I want you to be sure you put House of Representatives and Senate.
Zach's making crackers something today.
And the two houses together are called
Congress.
Congress, right?
I didn't know that.
You do now, right?
Yeah.
So, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Now, something else I want you to know about the House of Representatives and the Senate that I've talked about before, but you may have forgotten. One is the upper house and one is the lower house. Which is which?
The upper is the Senate.
Yes. The upper house is the Senate, the lower house is the House of Representatives.
You must have just wrote that in.
Yeah, I would just, right beside it, upper and lower. And it's simply because the Senate is designed to be
The best of the best.
kind of like the best of the best. It's supposed to be the American aristocracy. If we had an aristocracy, they should be found in the Senate. I'm not so sure that that's always the truth, but anyway, that was the attempt. Okay, so do you remember the qualifications? How old must someone be before they can be in the House? 25. Very good, Jayla. And so the Senate is
25?
27, 28.
30.
30. Thank you, Paige.
30,
It goes in 5-year increments.
30's in the house?
25, no.
Oh.
House is 25,
Oh,
Senate is 30, and the presidency then would be
35.
35. See how it goes? 25, 30, 35.
They should lower that.
Citizen requirement, that means they have to be a US citizen, obviously. but they have to have been a US citizen for a certain number of years, do you
Is it 7?
remember?
10?
14.
Okay, which one is 7?
First one.
The House, yes. 7-year, they have to be a citizen of the United States for 7 years to become a member of the House of Representatives, and the Senate, they have to be 9 years.
I thought they go 5-year increments, we supposed
Just in
Right.
age. So that means that someone can be born in Guatemala, Nicaragua, where's it y'all go all the time? Oh, Bolivia.
They're on a totally different part of the world.
One's in South America, one's in
Bolivia?
Africa.
No, Ecuador, oh.
Ecuador's in South America.
Wait,
Yeah,
but
Ecuador's-
Nicaragua.
But Nicaragua.
Nicaragua's in Central America.
Yeah.
It's
By
in-
Mexico.
Okay.
Y'all ever have geography?
Yeah, you talk.
Yeah.
I wanna do that again.
It's your fault for spending like 3/4 on Europe.
I know.
Oh, I can do a lot of.
Hey, I can,
You
yeah, I can
remember
label
Europe,
all
right? You got
Europe.
Europe down.
Only remember
Okay,
Czechoslovakia.
and it isn't even
Is
there
that even in
anymore.
Europe?
Well, it's in Europe, but it's not there anymore. It's Czech Republic and
I
Slovakia.
just remember cheating off of Jameson on almost every test.
I remember,
with him?
me and Trey
We
would
had
pay
it with
attention, we
Joseph
just
and
play our
Trey.
DS's. Me and Trey would play our DS's, don't,
All I remember is about Trey was that he was eating food,
Yeah,
and
he
had a
was-
DS or took a nap.
He
He
was
always, he
always
was
eating.
asleep a lot. Okay, residential requirement, that just simply means, and this is the same for both of them.
You gotta live in the state you represent.
They've gotta be from the state they represent. So you can't be living in California and represent West Virginia.
that's for both of them, man.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but how many years do you have to have lived in that state?
I don't think there's a requirement on that. Well, I know there's not, because when Hillary Clinton ran for the senator seat from New York, she got that position right after they left the White House. And all she had to do was she bought a house in New York, and therefore she met their residency requirements. Every state is supposed to have their own residency requirements. So, you know, some would probably.
Do you think that there should be like a year requirement, just to like get to know?
Well, I think
The
the
state, or
people,
do
the
you-
people should be held accountable, the people of the state that vote for people, they should know whether or not their representative is actually from their state, and if they're not gonna pay attention to that, then you get what you ask for. Terms of office, how many years are members in the House before they're up for reelection? 2. What about the Senate?
4,
Infinity?
Life.
no, it's 6.
That's 6. Life is the Supreme Court.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I said too.
Two is for members of the House, 4 is for the President, and 6 is for the Senate. Okay, how many members are there total in the House of Representatives?
425?
435. 435.
425.
You're counting DC,
In the house.
but you don't count DC yet, they haven't made a mistake.
435?
435 in the House
And 100 in the Senate.
and 100 in the Senate.
Do you have to vote in your state?
Do what now?
No.
Like, you can't elect, like, obviously, like, you can't vote for, like, the governor of Washington DC, in DC if you don't live there, but can you vote for the, like, if there were a presidential election, can you vote for the president outside of your state, or do you have to vote
You have to vote in
in
your
your
district.
state?
You have to vote in your, you have to vote.
Like college students don't have to.
But you can vote early, or you can vote by mail, or you can, you know, in some places you can vote multiple times.
Yeah, college students, they set up something on whatever college you're at, and like all of the students go there to
I didn't know that.
have.
I was just curious. I was thinking college students. so-
But anyway, so, everybody got those then. 25 for the House, 7 years citizenship from the state they represent. Their term of office is 2 years. Number of members, 435. And something else I want you to put down that's not in this list. With term of office, they have unlimited, I mean, as many terms as they
Both
can
of them?
run and win, they're unlimited. There's been a lot of discussion about changing that. But how would you get that changed and get the senators and the representatives to agree with you that it needs to be changed? My mother used to always say that representatives in Congress did have term limits, but it was called the ballot box, it was their election. But a lot of people will continue to vote for someone who's in office. What's the word for someone who's in office? What are they called? What is that word?
In office.
Incumbent. An incumbent, a person who is already in office, usually they have what they call the incumbent advantage. Like for your ball games, you have the home advantage. An incumbent usually has the advantage that, because he's already in office. Okay, so what's the main title of the main officer of the U.S. House of Representatives?
Speaker of the House?
Yes, thank you, Paige. Speaker of the House. And who is that now?
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, you all know that, don't you? Nancy Pelosi, Pelosi.
Good stopping point for the day.
Hmm?
It's a good stopping point.
Of course, we're not gonna have much time.
PELOSI.
Only got 10 more minutes.
Oh, no.
Who presides over the Senate?
What? Where's that? You skipped, oh.
No, you got, this office is currently filled by Nancy Pelosi from California. Who presides over the U.S. Senate?
The vice president.
Vice President, right.
I learned that here.
Mhm.
Just kidding.
And who is that right now?
Kamala
Kamala
Harris.
Harris.
How do you spell that?
We did it, Joe.
Kamala Kamala Harris.
Should probably know how to spell that.
Probably, maybe just a little bit.
We did it, Joe.
Says maybe.
She's
I don't
also
know, I
from
know nothing about,
California.
I don't care about politics at all. I should, but I don't.
Well, you do need to change your ways because it's important.
Get out of here.
That's all.
I know, but guys, listen, I mean, these are the people that make the rules that govern our lives. You need to give some consideration to.
Nobody tells me what to do.
I just don't really care.
Oh,
about
well,
politics.
you'll,
The law
I
does.
hope you enjoy jail.
The Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, but that's just it. All that could change to where we don't have the freedoms that we've always had.
Okay, something-
What is
Yeah,
the
now-
sole factor, number 8, what is the sole factor in determining the number of representatives each state is entitled to have in the U.S. House?
Population.
Population, well, at least you remember that. Praise the
No,
Lord.
it's not very wordy.
Well, Paige has answered all of them for us.
Bull
She's the
crap.
speaker of our house.
Bull crap, I've been talking. Who's your congressman?
Joe Manchin.
No.
Nancy Pelosi.
No, and this one will be different. So this is where I
You
want
did
you to
a
use your
woman?
phones. This is where I want you to use your phones. Cause Jayla's from Virginia.
Ours is-
Rebecca, you're from Virginia.
Ours is the woman.
Uh-huh. What's
White.
her name?
Isn't
Carol?
that George something?
Carol Miller.
Carol Miller in West Virginia. We're in the 3rd district.
She's
Oh,
Republican.
good.
Who?
Hold on.
How long has,
Who
like,
represent, wait,
has
what
West
am I-
Virginia had?
Hang on a minute, hang on.
Who was congressman of Virginia?
Well, you've got 11
I'm not told.
congressmen in Virginia, so you need to know
Are we in the ninth
where you,
district?
what district you're in.
You're in a
So you'll
I
need to
have
say,
no idea.
okay, well, just say Bland
Sorry,
County,
Carol Miller?
Virginia,
Which one is?
congressman.
It'll be the third.
It didn't
Oh,
bring
I was like, how do I know?
It is Bland County, right?
I'm almost positive.
What county are you in?
Is it like
It's
matter
in
what?
East Hazel County.
It's like,
Where, you,
Oh, Griffith, right?
you're here.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm like
Okay, so
probably
who is
between-
yours?
Morgan Griffith.
Okay,
If your,
Mine is too.
if your representative is Carol, you're in the 3rd.
3rd district, yes.
Zach, we
Carol
said that
Miller, how
20
about you,
minutes
April?
ago.
Are you
Speak
ready?
up. Say it with your chest.
Okay, so how many representatives does your state have? West
3
Virginia
now.
has 3. Virginia has
No.
11. Now, all of that can change as a result of what just happened last year. The census, good April.
COVID.
The census, well, COVID is with us forever, I know.
Census, how do you spell it?
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
Okay, that's not on here yet, but
Do they go by actual?
hang on a
population?
second.
Well, I have a question.
Hang on a second. The congressional district you live in for West Virginia, most of us are in the third district. I'm not sure which yours is. See if you, ninth? Okay, that's good to know. Ninth is Virginia. Okay, now Stephen, what were you gonna say?
Do they go by the, population of everybody, or just how many people can vote?
No, it's the population of everybody.
Because
All
it should be
citizens.
however many people can vote.
Well, but they don't do it that way. It's about the there's, even if you don't vote, your representative represents you, supposedly. So that
Cause you'll be able to vote.
possibly, yeah. So what are the two senators from West Virginia?
Joe Manchin and Shelley Moore Capito.
Yep. What about Virginia?
Timothy Kane and Mark Warner.
Timothy Kane, and he ran for vice president with Hillary, and Mark Warner,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And Manchin, and Capito.
Is Virginia more of like a left or right state?
They're blue, they're more blue, they're more to left.
It's
Didn't
pretty-
used to be.
It's pretty
Hard
red until you
Changed.
get up near Alexandria and the Capitol and stuff.
We're becoming, we're really becoming city mice and country mice. We're becoming, the big cities are gonna dominate the
Cities.
entire
Which
country.
is why the
That's
country
what
lies
happened in the
population.
last election, like all
At
of the
least I know
rural
what that
areas
means.
were
What?
Republican
At
and
least
then
I
all
know
of the
what that
cities were.
means.
Now, number nine, this one I'm not sure if you know this or not.
Special election.
Yeah, a special election or governor appoints. What happens in the event of a vacancy occurring in either chamber? They can hold a special election, or the governor can make an appointment. Now, what do you think? Number 10 is kind of a you're thinking on it question. Explain why the framers of the Constitution felt it was necessary to have a legislature with two houses in it, not
So-
just one.
For checks and balances.
Okay, it's part of checks and balances.
We
It's
watched
part-
a whole movie on it.
Do what?
We watched a whole movie on it.
Well, but it's not just checks and balances. I mean, think about it for a second. It has to do with large and small states.
Giving everyone a voice.
It has to do with large and small states. If you had just a house that was based on just population, that's gonna really hurt the small states. They're not gonna have as much representation in Congress. But if you had it just based on equality, that's gonna hurt the large states. So naturally, the small states and the large states both are in consideration here, and that's one of the reasons why. They made two houses, because under the Articles of Confederation, how many houses were there? It was unicameral, yes. And that is a term you need to know with number 10. What is a two-house legislature, what's it called? Bicameral, make sure you know that.
Two-house
Two-house legislature,
spelled what?
bicameral, like bicycle. Cameral is Latin for house. Okay, so which house of Congress would have been favored by the smaller states?
Senate,
The Senate. And why?
each state gets two.
Everybody's equal, right. Every state's equal. And so process of elimination, number 12 would be House. And it's simply because more people, more representation. You are remembering some of this, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It was like 2 months.
What?
Whoa.
That's my thing. was supposed to do something. You like my ringtone, do you?
Yeah.
Or is that a nasty song or something? I don't even know. I just picked it.
We're not
Okay.
laughing at that.
Impeachment. What is impeachment?
To remove or to try an elected
To
official.
try an elected official, right. So the purpose of impeachment is to eventually remove them. That probably is the purpose. But to bring a government official to trial. For the purpose of removal. I mean, that is the ultimate goal.
Why was it made part of the Constitution?
Checks and balances.
And separation of powers, yes. Checks and balances and separation of powers.
Time to go.
What was the second?
And what?
Separation of powers.
Gosh, it is time to go. We just got started.
Hate to leave, but.
I'm sure you do.
We'll finish this
I'm
tomorrow.
glad.
We'll have to finish it tomorrow, yeah. Guys, listen, start reading through chapter 8. This is all chapter 8. So do start reading through that. And, I'm planning on testing on it maybe Thursday, hopefully. What are the ball game schedules for this week?
We're leaving Thursday, go to Logan County.
We might not be
We
here.
ain't gonna be here.
Thursday or Friday?
We're gonna be here Friday.
You are gonna be here Friday?
Middle school's not gonna be here Friday.
But Thursday, y'all aren't gonna be
Not gonna be here.
Are we?
here. So I need to test you on Wednesday.
Friday.
No, Friday. Center.
All right, can y'all straighten these back up real quick before the ninth grade people descend upon me?